look back through your life and think, are you the person that you are today because you just did it? Or were there people there for you at some point that, whether it's one person in your life or you've got a really strong family or whatever it is, think back through your life and see those people that have been there for you to help you become who you are. And this is a place where, even though it's a short period of time, it's got such a strong positive impact that these children can be inspired.
3, 4.
To have a young boy sit here and watch a counselor stand up and sing songs and laugh and be fun and energetic is a great experience. To watch these young girls to be around great role models that can go up and show that they can have pride in themselves, show that they could be something that they've always wanted to be, and they have a role model to do that. That's a great experience for them. And I don't know where they would be, but it's not in a great environment. And that's what we want. We want to create a great environment for these kids.
I feel like you can really change their lives moment by moment, just really what you give them. And I feel like everyone here is all about giving 110%. Like they've put their lives on hold, put everything else they're doing on hold, and really focusing on what you can do with these kids.
When I say, you got a good chance of surviving. So, yeah, right.
All right, time now.
All right. Simon, stop. Fire him up. What's your name? Simon, what's your name? Simon, what's your name? What cabin is she in?
What this self-esteem brings when you bring kids in together in a cabin where there's 7 or 8 kids that don't know each other, and what they can learn by Monday, like I said again, Monday through Friday, the transformation is absolutely astonishing. And I give the credit, 90% to the counselors, but the kids also have to be involved and they have to be willing to participate, and very rarely are they not. Because, hey, the other 8 are, I guess I better join in or I'm going to be the one on the outside. And so it's important that kids realize that they can be different and stuff and be silly, and yet they can still be part of a group.
Well, my first year I was really shy. I didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to sit down in that corner, and they brought me halfway out of my shell, you could say. And I came back this year and I just feel like I can be who I am.
I kind of started embracing our cabin cheer a lot more, and kind of not just sitting back and just letting everybody over yell me so that I couldn't be heard. And I participate a lot more with other campers that I don't know and try it before I say I don't like it.
I really believe in giving them the opportunity for an experience like this, because there's just so much negativity out there, and not as many people in children's lives these days that will actually go out and do nice things for them and help them to see the world in a more positive way.
Teaching, sometimes you don't see the benefits. You might see it 2-3 years down the road, or someone might come back and say thank you. Here, you see it right away. These kids, you can watch it. The counselors give you feedback. Those kids, you can see how they grow and learn. And we talk about Waskowitz world versus the real world, and what they don't have to put on any facades up here. They can be who they want to be, and we help them do that. And even if they get it for that 1 week of their lives, they get it. And that's incredible feeling for them. Incredible for us to say we can, for that 1 week, I can't control what goes on in their daily lives, but for this week I can give them as much fun, as much support, as much love and happiness that we can dole out in the week. That's why Friday we get home and we're exhausted.
I don't get to work with kids throughout the year, and I miss being able to do that. So this is the way I can give back. And then throughout the year, these are the best people in the world. I want to be surrounded by good people, and I'm surrounded by amazing counselors, amazing individuals, and then the kids are just like the cherry on top of the sundae. They surprise me and astonish me, and I like being around happiness. Who wouldn't?
When you're around positive people doing positive things, it's an incredible thing.
There's so much that you can give to somebody else just by being there for them. And we spend 4.5 days up here. That's it. And we, for us, it charges us up too throughout the year. Like, we keep this with us always. So it's there's just so much that you can do in a short period of time, and I don't know how to explain that really in words.
Kids are amazing. They're sharper than we give them credit for sometimes, regardless of their age. They have great ears. They're listening to what we're doing or watching our reactions. So we're always on we're always on cue with that. We're always watching to make sure that we're doing something, and they challenge us too. You know, when it comes to skits and songs, I have, like I told you before earlier, we have a canned group of songs and skits, but the most fun ones are the ones that come right from the kids, because they're invested in it then, and they're going to do, that creativity is amazing.
Good morning, it's camp time. A2 has the best rhyme. Don't worry, we'll be here all night. We don't even have to try. It's always safari time. Ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ah. Ooh, ah, ah, it's always safari time. Ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ah. We don't even have to try. It's always safari time. Woo!
Swag formation! Oompa loompa doobly-doo. We got a cabin cheer for you. This right here is our cabin. All the others are looking, man. Everybody pay attention, cause this right here is our Willy Wonka swag. Hey, Willy Wonka swag. Hey, Willy Wonka swag. Hey, swag formation! Nice job, guys.
Now, more than ever, boy, you know, kids are, it's a different world these days. And technology has changed things to where we've actually had campers come up, and we've often stopped at Snoqualmie Falls, and we will again. They've just been remodeling it. And we've had a couple kids come up to a counselor and grab them and said, what time are they turning off the falls at night? Because they hadn't been out of the city.
We were talking about what's your favorite summer activity, and a lot of them said TV or games or the computer. Or not. I heard one of them say outside. And you're like, it's a different time. Like it's different. But being able to give them this experience out here is wonderful.
I just like, for one, we're outdoors. Second, it's just somewhere that you feel welcome. There are people here who don't care how you act or if you're weird or whatever. It's just welcoming. It feels good, and plus we're at the outdoors, which we can just have a lot of fun instead of rotting our brain on the TV or computer.
And I have had kids literally who said, I've never been out in the woods before. And when you get them out there, they just love it. They're hiking and having fun and singing songs while they're hiking. And you get those kids who you look at on Monday, I sure hope I can reach this kid. And by Thursday, they're like so excited, and they're out there singing and doing stuff. And more and more kids aren't outside. And to give them that, just that, to watch them at a campfire, listening to stories, and to watch them getting out there and doing stuff out in the woods and playing in the field. Just get out there playing kickball and soccer and doing all that. Throwing the football has just been a great experience for them.
It's amazing how many people come up here and just say things like, I've never seen trees this big before, or they'll see a little rabbit bouncing around, and it's just the most amazing thing to them. And I personally grew up playing in the woods all the time, so it's really exciting for me to see that that first spark of, oh wow, this is amazing, when they come up here and they get to see what, Camp Waskowitz has trails that we go on, and it's just a beautiful place set in a really, I don't know, it's an amazing place.
Go outdoors, experience outdoors, have a good time. Be in a beautiful setting that's safe, and you're around safe people and people that are creating an example for you, and that of who you want to be and who you can become. And the sky's the limit. We tell them that, and they believe it.
Every year, it's a magical thing to watch these kids grow and change. I kind of liken it to a flower or a plant. They start out and they're all closed up, and by the end they're out there. You would never think they're out there dancing and screaming and laughing and singing songs. And when they first get here, they're, I don't want to say too cool, but they just, they don't know how to express, and they're worried about what they look like. And by the end, by Friday, we have kids who are screaming, laughing, dancing, having fun. And it's to get kids of all walks of life to come in and do that is phenomenal.
Gets into your heart. I don't know really how to explain it, but a camper can come up, whether it's 1 year, 1 week, and have an amazing experience and remember that for the rest of their lives. Or they can come up for all the 3 years that they're able to come up and really just get a lot out of it, because they get the opportunity to be not only in a cabin with, you know, one set of leaders for the 1 year, they get the experience of being with, say, 6 different leaders over 3 years in a cabin, plus all of the other leaders that are out there that have their perspective and what they have to offer personally. And there's just so many different, I don't know, different rivers feeding in that offer lots of different directions for the children to grow.
I was shy and I didn't want to be myself because I was afraid of getting made fun of or having bad stuff said about me. But here everybody acts any way they want to, even if it's not them, and they just want to act any way they possibly want, and nothing will happen.
This year I basically spoke up more, and I said my mind, and I gave suggestions, more compliments, and I was just more open. I could tell people things that normally I just didn't think were important, or stuff like that. And then you go home from your first year, or at least for me, because I was also one of the shy ones, and I would lay in bed at night and think, wow, I really should have been a lot less shy. I really regret that. And so this year, I think that when I go back and school starts back up, I'll just be more open to everyone, and I'll give my opinions more, and I won't stop in the middle of a sentence and say never mind.
Wonderful to see them be able to break out of their shell and get. I think some of the biggest things from the girls in our cabin is I've seen a lot of leadership happen this week. Girls come in very quiet, very reserved, don't want to talk to anyone, they're really scared to even make a sound. And now, as you heard earlier, they're screaming their chant and owning it, and learning when to step up to be a leader. Like on the challenge course, I saw a lot of girls who, have never even really said much to, step up and make a plan and follow through. So it's really wonderful to help them find their voice.
I can sit here and talk all day about camp and how I feel about it. But our best thing is word of mouth from those parents and those kids that have seen what's happened and felt what's happened, and then they talk to their other friends and parents. That's the best thing, the way you get people to camp. We need support, and I ask for support from the bottom of my heart. I want everybody that wants and has the opportunity to go to camp. I feel sorry for the people that don't come to camp, because I think that they're missing something.
In my years here, I've seen this program benefit so many kids that it's worth it to get involved with this program. It's worth to support this program. It's worth it to keep this program going, because kids need it. They need it now more than ever. We need it now more than ever as a society. And this is a haven for kids to come out and get to be themselves and get to truly see what it's like to be happy and confident, to be around people who are here to give of themselves, and just to teach that. If we can just teach that, to how important it is to give of yourself, it's been a success. So that's what I would say, is come out and support us, see what we do, because it's an incredible experience.
A camper stops by Camp Commons and drops a letter off that says, by the way, I want you to know how much I appreciate the opportunity of coming to camp when I never thought that would be possible, because my parents always say no to everything because they can't afford it. She mentions in her letter about the good experiences she had and the new friends that she made, and now she gets a chance to go to the school, and when they ask about what happened that summer, she's able to say something instead of saying, no, I didn't do anything.